What's up, warriors? Welcome back to The Last Door, and we are on the last episode for Ancient Shadows. Previously, on The Last Door. After escaping from his burial, Devitt finds himself in a cellar of London's darkest slum, the Old Nickel Rookery. In his pocket, he has a ticket for a show called The Four Witnesses. Devitt walks through the misty streets following a strange man who seems to guide him. He learns the legend of the Morgue, the king of birds. Following its trail through a dreamlike land of fog, Devitt finally meets Alexander, a member of the secret group Devitt and his friends had at school. Alexander welcomes Devitt and speaks of an entity called the Bird that has been calling them ever since the experiment they conducted back then. There is no turning back. I've made my mind. What's going on here? I'm ready. Is this Devitt talking? No. Go on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Wait. Do they take out your eyes? Oh my gosh. Can you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long distant eras? Look now to the forests in the valley, to the old tower, from the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky. And even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if it were the curtain of a theater, the veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place, Devitt. A place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. What do you mean? You must find the door as I did. What do you mean? The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it, and we will walk together beyond the mist. That Anthony? I suppose you are wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it. Your letter was truly mysterious. I've been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes, the tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand how is all this connected with my patient. He was there. I'm afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God. Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give this impression. Herr Devitt was attacked, but survived. What happened to him, then? It seems the criminal was caught by Herr Devitt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to Devitt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr Devitt was hospitalized. The nuns? I thought they were... Maybe it's because I helped them. They turned over a new leaf. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. What was he doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr de Witt was investigating something. He believed he had found a clue related to his friend's death. What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I suspect you did not find Mr. de Witt in the hospital. Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found beside Herr de Witt within the coffin. An empty hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. Oh, I see. Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexandra's house must be just ahead. Really? Oh, really? Alright. The ancient castle of Pevensey rests in the distance. It was a garrison first built by the Romans, but was abandoned and has been a ruin ever since. There's a large iron bar latching the door. It's quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. Well, what's in here? Why not? That sounds like scratching. Why is it not dark? Too dark for me to walk in here. Why would I do this? This is a terrible idea. Alright, I can't do anything. Why is it letting me go in there? I thought I didn't like the dark. That sounded like scratching or scraping something. Jeez. It's latched. I can't open it from this side. Alright. Knock, knock. No one is answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. A strange woman stares down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. Okay. It could be Pevensey Castle, but in this painting the garrison is not in ruins. A couple of old teacups sit on the table. One of them is full and still warm. Okay. Was that a key? An oil lamp. Oh, I need that. Good. Just some old bottles. A door. And pantry with spices and ingredients. It's a diary. This is the last thing written. The last pages have been ripped off. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupre has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which it seems he shall not return any time soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure that all of the sculptures in the house are turned towards the wall. What else can I do? October 13th, 1887. The clockmaker just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupre is not going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he had so insistently requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. This looks like the diary of a member of Alexandra's household. What happened to them? Sounds like they might be upstairs or scratching. What's in here? Oh, back outside. Can I unlock this from that side? I did. Good. And what is this? An ancient stone well. A rope hangs inside, disappearing into the darkness below. Well, you know. Looks like someone was buried here. I can't dig with my bare hands. Why would I dig this up? Digging up a grave is a bad idea. Not to mention disrespectful. The cellar door is locked. I need a key to open it. Okay. Well, let's go down the well. The rope has broken. I'll keep this end. Okay. Good. The bucket has dropped to the bottom. Sure, I'll get that sooner or later. Let's go back over here. Can I go up the stairs? Silhouette of a man, and it bears a strong resemblance to Alexandra. Silhouette of a woman. No resemblance to anyone. A fine painting of the local Roman structures. They somehow seem more ancient in this depiction. A figurine of an angel facing the wall. A portrait of an old man, maybe a ship captain. It looks like he's trying to guard this chest with his stern glare. A huge chest made of oak wood. There's a large iron hook inside. I'll take this hook. There was a fragment of a diary under the hook. August 5th, 1887. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures, I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it is not possible, but I can hear the crunches, the flapping wings, stone grinding on stone. The frozen paroxysms. With what diabolical art were those gestures conceived? An eternal movement, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back the life they never had. I might place them outdoors in the greenhouse and let the mold devour them and wasps make nests of their hollow hearts. Can I combine these? I can. Okay. Good. A bust with his face turned around. A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It is labeled with a warning, do not open it under white light. Alright, you got it. It's a letter. Dear Alexandra, I have excellent news. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulary. There's no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would have never visited. Leafing through the grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I've been struck by a sudden epiphany. A radical but elegant method that I've decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definite results, I will write to you immediately. I believe fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Videtne Isquiskiat, June 8th, 1887. Picture of an angel with a gentle face. The shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Movements of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. This seems an invoice. May this document serve as a record of the payment made corresponding to the following work. The cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. 6:15 is afternoon? That's more like evening. In addition, a special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. Good. What is this? A camera tripod. A black room. Pictures hanging from a cord. They look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. A basin with a copper drain. Okay. A lamp is hanging from the ceiling. Its bulb casts an intense white light. Looks like some kind of red-tinted glass cover used to mask the lamp. It's completely shattered on the floor. Okay, I can't use that. A glass jar containing a yellow substance. The label reads cyanide. Guess I'll take that. The image of a couple wearing rat masks at a festival. What is going on here? It is a big book of home chemistry recipes. A few pages have been bookmarked and some articles are underlined. 3149. Collodion for photography. Collodion is the vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and the sensitive coating produced. Many formulae are published for this article, to which great value is attached, some supposing that to its peculiar composition belong the principal causes of failure or success. This is only in a degree true. 3151. To develop a positive image. This is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution and only then adding 5 or 6 drops of the cyanide acid. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in water to remove any excess of the chemicals. 3150. The causes of failure. They would almost require a chapter by themselves. Long experience convinces us that 9 out of every 10 failures occur from a want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence. One cannot be over nice, careful, or cleanly. The best results always rewarding the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formulae, quickly flow clean water over the plaque and start again. Okay. An instrument whose workings are beyond my knowledge. So... Okay. LED bulb. I can't do this unless I have the other substance, right? what's it's called? 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution, and then 5 or 6 drops. Then wash with water. So I need the solution first. I think. Wouldn't I need the solution first? Have I gone in here yet? I have not. Alexander! I must read your note. There's a scribbled annotation in this piece of paper. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives craving to tear through. It is Elathal, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mists inhabit the shadows of those who left. Cool. This cuckoo clock is covered with dust. It seems to be missing an important piece. The bird. The face of the clock has been turned. Oh, you're right. A misty dock overlooks a gray ocean. Gulls wheel overhead. Alexander, it's me, David. I'm sorry if I startled you. But why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt? Can you stand? He is staring blankly at some distant point, as if he has not heard my question at all. What's going on? You told me I should come here, and I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what is happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I'd heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in this house? For a moment, I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he is unresponsive. Alexander, please, say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand just what happened to him. I don't know. Missing a bird. And I need a bottle of vitriol spirit. Was there anything else here? Teacups. This goes... Spice. Old bottles. This goes outside. Okay, so maybe we can get the bucket with this. Ah, a bucket. Within the mud and dirt inside the bucket, there was a small bird of brass. Strangely enough, there doesn't seem to be any water in the well. Okay, we know where that goes. Let me go this way. Ah. This pane looks as if it had been broken from the inside. Aha! A jar of vitriol oil. I must be careful, it's a powerful acid. Good. And a statue of an angel covered in mold. It's glancing at me with a sad gesture. Should I flip that around so it's not staring at me? Is that everything? Alright. Well, I got what I need. I don't like the sound of that at all. I don't like it. Let's go put this bird in here. A little brass bird. When shaken, it makes a noise as if there was something inside. The bird fits perfectly. So the face has been turned. I don't know how to turn it. But we have what we need for this. Okay. Envelope. The tag on the envelope advises against opening it under a white light. Yes. Well, the light is gone up here? No? Isn't this where you usually... What? Here. No? Where do I put this? This station? No? Do I combine? Oh, I need to put the photographic plate in a suitable place to work. I thought this was where it... This is how you... It's not in white light. Rest assured. There's an owl. An owl. Oh, what? Old ruins lay by the path. They seem to be Roman in style. The corpse of a deer, its abdomen torn open. It looks recently dead. Oh, so this was here when I passed here earlier, and I didn't even notice it. Good. Nothing else. Oh, now the bulb is grossly covered in blood. Good. Okay, so... Now I have that. Maybe this will work now. Not under white light. Okay. I mean, you can do it in the darkness. But... this is also a pleasant way to do it. Okay. Now it works. Alright, envelope. One thing of this. The oil has caused a strong acidic reaction. One. I've applied the liquids in the correct order. All that remains is to rinse the plate. Okay, I guess I did that 5 or 6 times. Rinse. An image is appearing on the plate. Alchemist. It's a photograph of Anthony and Alexander. Jeez. Hi. Gosh. Oh, photo. Maybe if I show this photo to... what's his face? He'll snap out of it. Look. Look at this. Don't you remember? Alexander, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. It is you and our old friend Anthony, and there's someone else blurred in the background. Who is the third figure? Does he mean something to you? The bird awaits. The bird awaits. The bird is the word. A piece of clockwork, a hand. Oh. Oh. Yes, take that. Now put... no? Maybe look. No? Does this go on the other clock? Does. I've put the clock hand in its place. I only need to set the clock to the correct time. Okay. Well, this clock is facing the right way. $6:15. A quarter past 6. Isn't that what it said? Modified to give the strokes exclusively at a 6:15 in the afternoon. Maybe it's... maybe... maybe it's not 6:15. Maybe it's just the same as this one. And they turn it sideways to confuzzle you. But really, it's 9:30. Uh-huh. Okay. No. No. $9:30. I'm so... Alright. I had to look it up because this makes no sense to me. I don't understand why it is this. If you know, please explain it to me in the comments. The sound came from upstairs. Well, let's go investigate. Xylethal. What's this? The bird has burst out at the stroke. Now its beak is open. Hey, he's having some kind of seizure. He is trembling out of pure horror. There was a key inside the bird. Does this go to the thing outside? This. Jeez. A dusty carpet of Asian origin. Mold and dust cover the portrait, making the subject indistinguishable. This piece of fine furniture has several drawers. Open? Inside this one, there's a gardener's shovel. Oh, what I need to dig the grave. I don't really want to dig the grave. There are remains of a Roman mosaic behind this wall. I can't distinguish anything clearly. Oh, more statues. Ancient statue in poor conditions. Old ruins, it seems that they were part of the Roman settlement. Oh! And where are we now? A book written in a language unknown to me. There is a scrawled annotation written in English on one of the margins. This and no other is the function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at that time, to accompany the mind to the proscenium of the big theater, and there help us to look behind the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend an image of what lives there. Just that. Will the hoop-ho allow us to raise the curtain enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? I don't know. I don't know, man. Innumerable jars full of murky objects suspended in formaldehyde. A huge cage full of leftovers and dirt. Animals have been captive here. No! Jars and test tubes, everything is soaked in chemical residues and the air is filled with the smell of vinegar. Good. Unlabeled bottles and lab equipment. A bunch of dust-covered beakers with repulsive liquids. A few of them have developed fungi inside. Alright, Is there no purpose in this room? Am I supposed to be here for something? I wonder if there's a purpose besides just all that information. Maybe, but it's time to dig a grave. For some reason. What is it? Is it a body? Oh. The lock is very rusted, almost shattered. The lock still resists. I can't open it by hand. We use the shovel you just had. A wooden box, it seems too small for a coffin. Can I put... If I mix... Can I... No. Cyanide. Melt the lock. On the lock. Is that the remains of a humanoid body but with a grotesque animal aspect? Maybe a small ape. It has a collar with some engraved words on it. Old Mike. What? The skeletal fingers of the creature are clutching a rolled up canvas. It's a map of the stars. Some kind of navigation map. Several constellations are marked. Deneb, Altair, Vega, the Summer Triangle. Good. Cool. Okay. Oh, that sounds like Alexander. Oh gosh. Alexander? What happened? Jeez. Some diary pages on the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart as if someone had stripped it off the book hastily. October 31st, 1891. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember it all when the birds finally sing and the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it has cracked the larger branch of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through the open window. I looked outside and I saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. What was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a true serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt that a blessing had fallen upon this house, and for a moment I felt immensely happy. But I stared at him for a while without saying anything, being afraid of dispelling a vision I hadn't believed possible for a long time. And then, in the midst of the silence, I heard a sound that froze me in my seat and snatched all my calmness with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, low-pitched as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexander's snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made a decision. I'll leave this house. So that wasn't him standing at the window?
Never more.
That was uncalled for. Statue. It's holding something. It's a lens mounted in a metal ring. Starlight brings some brightness to the forest. Crystal? Can I use this? Can I use the crystal in this room? In the camera? No. Am I supposed to follow the scratching? Do I use this down in that place? I don't. Come again? What was that? Alexander? Is that you? This is no time to play hide and seek. Oh, I see. Oh, a telescope? There's a mountain of compacted snow. A wooden secretary desk, beautifully carved. The flip top has a knob or lock. Has no knob or lock, just some strange symbols. A narrow window in the ceiling of the vault. Ah. And a telescope looking at the stars. Oh, I see. Okay. Deneb, Vega, Altair. Altair. What? The crystal fits perfectly in the telescope. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm supposed to light up. Is it that one? Okay. Correct. This is the summer triangle. Oops. You... this one. And then... whichever one this one was. There's a small cabinet with 2 slots for syringes. Only one of them remains. The voice again, it comes from the bottom of the pit. There's nothing else here. Is this where the bucket went down? Why would I go down here? Here I go. Oh no, Alexander. What are you doing? I will. A variety of surgical instruments and some jars with chemicals in them. This is the chair. There is a chair in the middle of the room, but this is the chair. That's the chair. Alexander! I leave? Why would I leave? What do you have to say about this? Alright. This is what you asked me to search for, is it not, Alexander? Am I right? I forgot that you asked me for that. The last door. Zailathal. The last door we can cross together. What should I do? I am waiting for you. Here in the mist. It's nearby. I can hear it. What is nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of its wings. It knows we are afraid. I am ready. Sit down. This is... No. No, this is not what we want to do. Ouch. Oh, do you think that we will find any clue here about Devitt's whereabouts? The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully they have overlooked something. What about this room? There's a sealed letter between this table and the wall. It looks like Herr Beechworth never sent it. I think it is best that you read it. Dearest Alexander, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way. An open way for whatever lives on the other side. Fidet ne qui sciat. Is that it? Is that it? Am I through the door? Am I on the other side? Oh. The adventure continues in season 2. Oh my gosh. Extras. The morgue? What is this? Oh. What? Here I have the police and medical report. The latter is still blank. According to the police, the deceased name is Father Ernest Glynn. The man immolated himself. Oh. There must be something wrong with the water pressure valve. An anatomical model built of actual human bones. The sky is cloudy outside. Here, oh. Scalpel. No. Pincer. Scissors. Is this the body? Oh. We will see if the police report is right. What a mess. Scalpel. I'm not sure yet if I need to cut it all. Okay. Well, scissors? I would need a sharper blade. Pincer. I will know what to do after a preliminary examination of the... Oh. Oh. Okay. The skin is all scorched. I was just cut into him without even looking at him. Cause of death is probably shock caused by the sudden burns. A horrible way of passing. What could lead a man of God to commit such an act? All that remains is to file the medical report so he can receive the proper treatment a fine gentleman deserves. Well, a fine gentleman, I don't know about that. So... this case still puzzles me. If he wanted to commit suicide, why did he do it in such a painful manner? It wasn't... Was he drugged or intoxicated? I should check his stomach for signs of poisoning. He was... crazy. Crazy. Alright, the stomach looks fine on the outside. Now I should cut it open to check its contents. I would need a sharper blade. Oh. What is this? There's something strange in here. It looks like a piece of paper. Did he eat? It's a note. Ernest Glynn, Jeremiah DeVitt, Alexander D. Hugo Ashbourne. A crumpled note with 4 names, one of them crossed out. I think I should inform the inspector immediately. Oh. Those were the witnesses. Francis Baldwin. Baldwin lies. After being certified of your guilt by a peer jury, we find you guilty of the wicked and violent murders of 14 innocent and sick people. Because of this sentence, I am hereby authorized to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Would you like to make a final statement before we proceed? Why will you say that I am mad? You should have seen how mercifully I proceeded. I saved them, I released them. Now they are in a better place. Do you still believe I am mad? Wanderer in the fog. She is the only survivor. What happened to the others? They are all dead. I would like to talk to her. She... Ah. A number of remedies in china and glass jars. There's no doubt this is a Catholic monastery. Ms. Parnell is staring meditatively at this small plant. She has spoken only nonsense since she woke up. Good afternoon. My name is Johann Kaufmann. I'm a doctor. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Please be careful with what you ask. Miss Parnell's state is delicate. I am perfectly fine and able to talk, sister. Thanks for your consideration. Now, doctor, I understand you want me to repeat my story. I would be thankful to hear it indeed. I'll stay outside if you need me. I am a sane woman, doctor. in complete control of my mind and reason. You do not dare to question it. I certainly wouldn't. Then I will commence. I woke up in the dark. The room was small, so narrow that I could touch the wooden walls just by raising my elbows. Where were you? In a coffin. Could you recognize the place? I couldn't tell at first. For a moment, a most dreadful thought crossed my mind. What if I had been buried alive? When I got out, I found myself in my parents' house. I hadn't been there since they sent me to school. Did you see anyone there? Your parents, or maybe someone you know? No, they were not in the house, nor was any servant I had known in the years of my childhood. I was alone. I could feel the humid air on my skin and could smell the scent of the long time abandoned. I walked to the rooms, unsettled by the silence. The place had the bleak feel of a ruin. Then I saw someone. In the opposite end of the corridor, an old woman stared at me. Did you try and talk to her? I tried to, but she did not answer, and she walked away when I tried to get closer. I followed her out through the back alley and into the streets. I got lost in the burgh of Aberdeen. The streets were deserted and a thick fog covered everything. I thought I had seen the old woman through the fog once or twice, but they could have just been shadows. Did you see anyone? So the city was empty. No, not completely. I met some people, vagabonds. One of them was a priest. I remember a novelist, and a boy, too. Tell me about the novelist. The woman had never written a word. She created only in her mind, you know. She could tell the stories sentence by sentence with perfect precision. I could even hear a piece of her last work. Do you remember anything about the novelist's work? Yes, the piece she told me was something like, "The shadows of the past soon melted within the land that loves silence. Through the fog they walked, found themselves lost. Hoping for a sign from their gods, they set camp on the beach where 30 birds awaited to meet their crown." Tell me about the priest. Where did you meet him? I met him in a stable. "Good Lord," he said, "mass there among the beasts." Can you imagine the profanity? So the boy, what about him? I came across an abandoned carriage. The horse was long dead, its bones still harnessed to the cart. There was a young man petting the carcass of the animal. Did you talk to this young man? He was deaf, but I think he could read my lips. When he spoke, he did with a clear accent. He said he could only listen to the songs of the departed. What happened then? As I walked, the fog got denser. I could barely see anything around. I finally met the old woman. She didn't say a thing, but gave me a cardboard card. Then she left. She gave you a playing card. It was one of those used to tell fortune. There was a drawing on it of a veiled person holding a lamp. Then the mist seemed to clear out and I could finally see. What could you see? A barren land, bathed by roaring waves. There were thousands of birds, and then I realized there was something else. What was it? It was there. It looked at me. The burning dark inside. Shaking. Scream. That vision. That I cannot understand. What is it, doctor? Have I finally lost my strength of mind? Is there an in-between to this? Let's say I believe your story. I'm sure that what you lived was real, but I'm afraid that I currently lack any proof that can confirm your account. I am sorry. I should leave. Thank you for your time. Wait, Doctor, I have something else to say. When I first woke up here, there was something beside me. Would this be enough proof? It looks like a tarot card. Ah. Beechworth's wake. Ah. He does not look dead, but just asleep. I barely knew him, busy as he was traveling the world. What would be of men with no aspiration for the other side to inspire or lead him? I knew it would come to this. Your father was a terrible mess of a man. I'm only grateful that he brought you to our home. Soon enough, not long after you were born, I hold no doubt that you will learn from his bad example and grow up to be a righteous gentleman. What could there be greater than the efforts of mortals to rise from their miserable condition? We will speak later, young man. We're busy. This is so sad. He was most dearest to me. You know, your father was a complicated man. He had a strong character and was stubborn as a mule. When he had taken a determination, he believed. He had a mission in this world, though I am not sure he knew exactly what it was. That which avoids description, the unknown, provides men with a reason to exist. This is an obscure domain, its secrets taken by man from the silence of nature and death. You are the young Beechworth, is that right? Your father left you everything, Anthony. The house, his accounts, and all his belongings, for you to receive when you come of age. He was very specific in his testament, though, that you should receive this promptly, his personal book log. Oh. Okay. These are the memoirs of my life, my research, and knowledge of the other side. Use them wisely, son. Oh. So there's still things that I haven't quite pieced together of all that happened. This story continues in The Last Door Part 2, or Season 2. It's Season 2. So there is a sequel to this game. I don't know if I'll play it or not, but this one was very good. I liked it. I liked the story. It's fascinating, and the music is good, and it's scary. It's intriguing, and the puzzles are good. I liked it a lot. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I hope you've been enjoying this year's Spooktober. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.